It really isn't that hard. Hey yo, what's good? It's poppin'? It's your girl Lulu, and today I'm gonna be giving y'all another little lesson because a lot of y'all need it. And even though a lot of it is basically common sense, y'all still aren't getting it. And seeing as I did do a video about racism, and a lot of you guys aren't taking that well. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it now. So I decided I'm gonna give you guys a little guide, so you know what's good, so you know if you're racist, so you know if you're ignorant, you know. But before we get into this video, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel and like this video. It doesn't take anything away from you. So let's get into this video. So first off, let's start with the basics. Stop saying the N-word if you're not black. It really isn't that hard. I don't understand the satisfaction people get when they say it, even though they know the history and the bloodshed behind that word. And also, the same thing goes for the C word. Stop saying it. It's not cute. And stop pulling your eyes back when you see an Asian. I don't know why people think they're cool when they do it. But guess what? You're not. So stop. Also, stop telling people to go back to where they came from. Listen, immigrants are all over the world. People from your country are in other countries too, and they too are immigrants. It doesn't just apply to people of color. And this narrative that immigrants make the country worse is false. The people that can make the country worse are mainly the people in the government. Also, stop saying you don't see color. You're just saying that because you see my color and you see it as an issue and you see it as a problem, but you want to reassure me that it's not. And you saying that also says that you're ignoring the oppression and the suffering and the hardships black people go through on a daily basis because of their color. And also, I've never heard a white person being told that someone doesn't see their color. Also, stop asking me, do Africans live in huts? Now, this question has more to do with ignorance, but I'm still going to talk about it. The buildings you see in the Western world are the same buildings you see in Africa, and some are even better. Just because you see the same ad for several years of this black child with a big belly and flies going around his face is not a representation of Africa. Remember, Africans live in a different continent, not a different century. Get it right. Stop asking me if I can speak African. This question is just full of ignorance and doesn't make any sense. There are over 2,000 languages spoken in Africa, and you think we all just speak one. People need to understand that Africa is a continent full of diverse culture and people, and guess what? We all don't look alike. And you asking me if I can speak African is the same thing as me asking you, can you speak European? And doesn't that sound stupid? But then some of y'all turn around and ask me to speak English when I'm speaking in my native tongue. Well, first of all, we're living in Ireland and we don't even mainly speak Irish in Ireland, so that just doesn't make sense. And second of all, I wasn't even talking to you, so sit down and mind your business. But then I speak English and you tell me I speak good English, which is confusing because I'm like, what? You want me to speak bad English? Like, I don't know what you were expecting. And also, stop making comments like you're smarter than I thought you were when you're speaking to a black person. And a lot of the times you don't realize what you're saying, or you don't even know what you're saying is microaggressive. But let me tell you, honey, there's nothing micro about microaggressions. And saying stuff like that just means that you think black people are just naturally dumber than everyone else, which is obviously not true. And another thing, although this doesn't really happen to me anymore unless I go to rural areas, is that people used to stare at me. And the thing is, this happened to me a lot when I was a kid, and I always used to wonder what the problem was. And I obviously understand when you're not used to seeing something, you like to stare at it, but I was a child, and that's rude, remember? And if you're still staring at black people or foreigners in general in the 21st century, listen, you need to stop. And also, stop touching or pulling my hair without my permission. Listen, I understand that you want to learn about it, and I have no problem with you asking me questions about it. But don't invade my personal space or don't make assumptions about my hair. And don't ask me questions like, why is your hair like that? Listen, baby, it's culture. Do you know what that is? Also, stop saying you're pretty for a black girl because I don't even know what that means. Am I supposed to take that as a compliment? I'm confused because you're insulting my whole race, but you want to compliment me. Listen, it doesn't work like that. Also, stop calling black women aggressive because if you check the history, black women have always been oppressed in society, well, you know, in the Western world. So in that sense, you are incorrect. Stop asking black women if they can twerk. Are we just sexual beings to you guys? Why do you guys always find the need to sexualize black women or black people in general? Also, stop asking me why I'm so dark. And obviously, I know this question mainly comes from kids, but can y'all teach your kids that people come in all different shades of colors because it's really annoying? And also stop hating on dark-skinned black women. And stop telling me I have really big lips. Listen, I know that. I've had them all my life. You telling me that or you pointing that out is not going to change anything. It hasn't. And finally, call out your friends or family when they're being racist or ignorant. And have these conversations with them. And be calm about it. It's a two-way conversation. Remember that. Listen to them or else they won't listen to you. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video because a lot of people need to see it. A lot of people just need to know in general. And comment down below what you think or what questions you may have been asked. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!